or we go to high-end restaurants. We go to clubs that are like half club, half restaurant, you know? We get a table, we order wine bottles, okay? Bottles of wine, bottles of whiskey, bottles of gin, bottles of whatever. We order food, all these kind of things, okay? We have our own base. Me nowadays in my 30s, I don't want to move around. I'm not going from this area to the club, to that area to the club, and going to this bar and that bar, etc. I'm not doing all this shit. I'm gonna go get a section with my friends, and we're usually like 4 or 5 guys. We get a section together, and I chill in my section. And if I'm ever going anywhere, let's say I go to the dance floor next to my section or whatever, I go there to bring girls to my section. So I might like nowadays in my 30s when I go to parties, like I don't walk around much. Yo, what's good YouTube? Jaden here, dating coach, and I help men decode the dating process. Now in this video today, I want to tell you the truth about going to clubs. Now, I am 31 years old, turning 32 this year in August. My birthday is August the 17th, so in case you want to send me a little present or something like that, then you know when my birthday is. So this year, I'm turning 32. I've been hitting clubs since I was 19 years old. 19. There's pictures of me from like 2013, like attending different student parties, going to different clubs. There's many pictures of me from way back in the day, me running around the club, talking to girls, me approaching girls. And what I figured out, what I realized from going to parties, from going to clubs for 12 years is what I want to teach you today. And I want to tell you when it's appropriate to party a lot, when it's appropriate to visit a lot of clubs. And I want to talk to you about the evolution, because I still go to clubs today, but there's just an evolution, because I'm in my 30s now. So the way that I club, the way that I party, the way that I do things is just way different. And so let's talk about you, okay? If you're someone that's new to game, or you're someone that's currently not doing well with women, or you're someone that has results here and there, if you're someone that you do have some results, but not that many. You slept with, I don't know, 5 girls in your life, 7 girls in your life, 10 girls, 15 girls, 20 girls. These are rookie numbers, okay? If you're there, or you're at negative, you're at 0, like you ain't slept with anybody, you're a virgin, or you're just not doing well, then you should definitely go to clubs. The biggest reason why you should go to clubs, and why you should go to clubs often, is because there's your learning curve, the learning that you experience, it's accelerated because the environment is chaotic. First of all, you got to deal with getting into the club. Now, some cities, some countries, it's harder than others, okay? In some places it's easy, in some places it's hard. You got to first deal with getting into the club. Already, for a lot of guys, that's a barrier. Maybe you don't have money. Maybe you need to know a promoter. Maybe you need to know the right guest list, etc., etc., etc. So again, if you're living in a city where it's super easy to get into a club, so don't worry about it, then it's easy. But in some cities, like I grew up in Stockholm, Sweden, the best clubs, they didn't even want to let you pay. Like you could pay to enter, but they didn't even want to let you pay. You literally had to know someone. Literally had to know the bouncer, the staff, the security, something, some way. So for me to even get into those clubs, I had to like figure out and navigate and finesse like the situation, okay? And so first you gotta get in. Second of all, you get in, it's loud. It's loud and it's full of people. Now, when you're new, when you're a beginner, when you haven't slept with a lot of girls, when you haven't had the appropriate experience, when you haven't, when you're not comfortable within yourself or with women or with your results, when you're not happy, it's gonna be a super intimidating environment. When I take new students to the club for the first time, they're so intimidated, like, holy shit, all this music, all these people, all this movement. So some guys, even the environment, just without even talking to anybody. Just they're quiet, mouth closed. They're just already like shaking. They're intimidated already from the environment. Then you talk to the women. Now, at night, what happens? People drink. Men and women drink. When men and women drink, they're not really themselves. They are highlighted versions of themselves. So if somebody is a little bit of an asshole during the day, or in regular life, then they drink, boom, it amplifies. Alcohol is an amplifier of what's already there. So regardless if you drink or not, okay, that's up to you. I'm not gonna make a moral decision for you, but that's up to you. You're gonna deal with drunk people. And in this case, you wanna meet the women, right? So you're gonna deal with drunk women. Which means when they do reject you, they're gonna reject you harsher. They're gonna, maybe try to embarrass you or reject you harsher, or gonna be rude to you, or obnoxious, and so on and so forth. Now me, in my life, I've drank quite a bit of alcohol. And many times, while drunk, admittedly, I've been rude to both men and women. And when you're drunk, I can tell you, you don't really realize that you're rude. Or it's more like you don't care that you're rude. That's what alcohol does. It's like you know what you're doing, but you don't care about what you're doing. Okay? And so if a girl is harsh or rejects you or this or that, she's not in her sober state. I know that because I've gone out and drank before, okay? A lot. And I know that you're not really yourself. You're a version of yourself that doesn't give a fuck about your actions. Okay? If that makes sense. And so when the women are like rejecting you and all this kind of stuff, or they're kind of being rude or obnoxious, or making fake promises. Oh, wait here, I'll be right back. And they never return. They know what they're doing. They just don't care about what they're doing. Because in our brain, we have this, this system or this part of our brain that, it's called inhibition. Okay. There's a part of our brain that regulates our inhibition. Okay. And so we kind of like morally want to like stay on the correct path. Right. And so when you drink, that part, it gets down regulated. So you don't really give a fuck about what the fuck you're doing, okay? On top of that, you got to deal with other guys. Guys are gonna approach the girls you're talking to. Maybe the girls are already with guys. There's gonna be mixed groups, and you need to learn how to handle that. Sometimes you're gonna find a girl that you like, that likes you. Her friends are gonna cock block you because they're jealous, they're insecure, or they just don't like you. Maybe they don't like your face, maybe they don't like how you dress, or maybe they just want to be rude. So they're gonna try to, block you. You need to learn how to deal with that as well. A lot of you motherfuckers, you can't dance. Some clubs have a larger dance floor than the talking area. Some clubs, in my city, there is no talking area. It's dance floor the whole fucking club. It's a bar. The bar is even in the dance floor. And then there's the smoking area. That's the only area you can talk to women, okay? Now there's lounge bars. There's other, options in my city and also in your city. And we're going to come to those little recommendations a little bit later. But we're talking about the big clubs. Some of you motherfuckers can't dance. And not only you can't dance, but you're like intimidated by it, or it bothers you, or like if you ever get in a situation with a girl where it's like leading towards dancing, you don't even know what to do. So again, you have to learn dancing, learn how to have dance floor game, learn how to move, carry, act yourself in the dance floor. That's also another thing that you're gonna learn. Okay? Now, the girl likes you, you like the girl. Let's say you went through all of this bullshit. Okay, now you also gotta become great at figuring out the woman's logistics. So you can meet a girl that really likes you, you really like her, but she's sober and she's the designated driver for her 4 friends. She drives like a big pickup truck, and she's the designated driver for all of them. Well, how do you handle that situation? I can give you the answer, but I'm not going to give you the answer in this video because it's going to be too long. Okay, so even sometimes you like the girl, but just with her friends and the way that they have set up. Like one time I met a girl, we were making out, having a great time. Her friends they bought me drink. So her girlfriends bought me drinks. And everything was great. Everything was great. But they were all gonna sleep over at her house. And so she couldn't come with me that night. Eventually, we went up going on a date a week later, and actually kept seeing that girl for like 2-3 months until we kind of like fell off. But you guys get the point. Sometimes you like the girl, she likes you, but like all of her friends depend on sleeping at her house. You know what I mean? So you gotta also become great at picking the girl. It's not just who likes you and who do you like. It's also who has great logistics. You see what I'm saying? So for me, when I go to the club, the way that I play it is I meet a couple of girls that all like me, and then I pick the one for the night that has the best logistics. So I'm not just even going with the girl that likes me the most, that I like the most. Okay, I'm going with the girl that likes me a lot and I like her a lot in the moment, and that has the best logistics. So you also gotta be able to let some girls go even though they like you because they don't have the good logistics. So you gotta also become great at letting go and playing the field and creating different options for yourself. Now that's if you want to get to elite level going to the club. Now I can keep going on and on about the difficulties of going to the club, but being someone that masters going to the club means being somebody that masters chaos. Now, once you master chaos, the whole world is your oyster. You meet a girl during the daytime, it's chaotic, maybe for whatever reason, you're cool. You're already used to dealing with shit. Guys have cock-blocked you, you successfully dealt with that. Girls have cock-blocked you, you've dealt with logistics, you know how to get into the best clubs, you know how to handle yourself, you know how to carry yourself. If guys start arguments with you in the club, you know how to handle that. You know how to dance with girls on the dance floor. You know how to get physical with girls in a way that makes them feel comfortable. And by the way, you learn all of this just by going to the club. I dance very well, and I learned it not from taking dance classes, from going to the club and practicing my dancing. Okay? So from just going to the club, you go from this guy who's like a new, shy beginner or not so good with women, etc., to becoming someone that's equipped. You get skills with dealing with people, with dealing with chaos, with dealing with situations. Then once you go to a house party where it's a chiller environment, once you go on the street where it's a chiller environment, once you go on a date with a beautiful girl where it's you and her one-on-one, no matter what happens, even if something chaotic happens, you're calm, you're stoic, because you're used to dealing with like this much shit, okay? And so if something small happens which would make any regular guy freak out, you just go, no big deal, no big deal. Now, I want to talk to you about the evolution of me going to the club, and then I want to end the video. I want to talk to you about some recommendations. Now, as I told you, if you're a beginner, new, etc., you have all the reason to go to a club. And I listed all of them right now. But me now, being 30, like I'm in my 30s, I started going out to the clubs when I was 19. My first year or two, I was going out 7 nights a week. I was hitting it hard. I was going out so much. Okay? For me, just to go to random clubs and just go and dance and stuff, or just go to any club, it's not fun anymore. What I do, I'm in my 30s now, and in your 30s, you need to have money. And in your 40s, you need to have money. In your 50s, you need to have money. When you were a teenager, that's another thing. In your 20s, that's another thing. But me and my friends now, we get tables, we get bottle service, we get VIP, we go to high-end restaurants. We go to clubs that are like half club, half restaurant, you know? We get a table, we order wine bottles, okay? Bottles of wine, bottles of whiskey, bottles of gin, bottles of whatever. We order food, all these kind of things, okay? We have our own base. Me nowadays in my 30s, I don't want to move around. I'm not going from this area to the club, to that area to the club, and going to this bar and that bar, etc. I'm not doing all this shit. I'm gonna go get a section with my friends, and we're usually like 4 or 5 guys. We get a section together, and I chill in my section. And if I'm ever going anywhere, let's say I go to the dance floor next to my section or whatever, I go there to bring girls to my section. So I might, like, nowadays in my 30s, when I go to parties, like I don't walk around much. I'm either sitting, drinking, or standing up next to my table and inviting girls right next to us in this area to come kick it with me. Or let's say there's a public dance floor. Some clubs here, we have VIP and there's a rope and there's the public dance floor. I might just skip the rope, go bring 2-3 girls back to my place and chill, okay? And then nowadays, I don't talk a whole bunch. I might bring a girl to my section nowadays, or a group of girls. I pick a girl that I find attractive, talk 2-3 minutes, try to make out. If she's down, I keep going. If not, I ignore her. I hit on her friends, and then I bring new girls, and it's like a circle that keeps going and going and going and going and going. I go to events, like we have events here in the city, private events, where you gotta pay to enter, you gotta know somebody to enter. Again, I get my own wine bottle, or I get my own something, food, whatever, and I'm chilling, and I'm not running around like a gazelle. I'm more like a lion. I'm chilling. This is me. This is my mood in my 30s. Now, if I ever go travel, let's say I go to your city, I'm down to go to any club, pay some cover fee, run around, talk to everybody. Why? Because I'm in a new city. I'm in Miami. I'm in San Francisco. I'm in Washington, D.C. I'm in Poland. I'm down to go to a club. I don't care about table. I don't care about section. I don't care about anything. Because it's new. I'm excited. I want to go to the bar. I don't want to be in a private section because I'm in a new city, again, in a new place. I want to go in the public dance floor. I want to talk to everybody. I want to say hello to the DJ, high five the DJ. I want to talk to the waitress. Because there's that excitement, that fresh excitement of getting off a plane, new city, new place, new continent, and you're just like Columbus, you're exploring. But like, I'm living where I live, and I've lived there for like 7 years now. Like, guys, I know all the clubs. It's not that exciting, So for me, when I go out, it needs to be a proper structure to my going out. And usually that's me getting together with a group of guys and hitting up places together and getting sections and tables and splitting the costs, etc., etc. And so this is how I club in my 30s. This is how I'm gonna club, in the far foreseeable future. Now, recommendations. If going out at night is intimidating for you when it comes to clubs, when it comes to, you putting yourself out there, start off at quieter bars and get used to that. And then level up to more loud, more intimidating bars, and then work your way up to a club, okay? Or if you know guys like me who's been going up for many, many years, and you are fortunate enough to know them already, or you have an opportunity to get to know them already, go out with them. Go out with them and, hit the clubs with them, okay? If you're around more experienced guys, that's gonna help you feel more comfortable in the environment many times. Now, me, I'm one of those crazy people. Sometimes subscribers hit me up on Instagram and they say, "Hey, I'm in town. Like, you wanna go out, or can I join you, or whatever?" And I'm crazy enough. Sometimes if I'm in a good mood, I don't always say yes. But sometimes if I'm in a good mood, I'll be like, "Yeah, come join me. Come pull up. I have a table. Come join me." And I'll just invite some random dude, like my subscriber, because I'll be crazy like that. If you catch me at the right mood, right day, whatever, I'll be like, "Yeah, why not? I'm going down to this high-end restaurant. Wear a suit. All right, wear a suit or wear something nice. Come join me." Because I'm crazy like that, And I do that sometimes. But again, if you ask me and I don't answer, don't be like, "But Jaden, you said in the video." No, it's sometimes. Usually we're already a group, and bringing more people is like oversaturated. Does that make sense? But if you're cool, hit me up. If you're in my city, 5-time energy, whatever, maybe I'll link up with you sometime, and you get to see the real deal. So that's all I had to say in this video today. If you like this video, if you learn something new, comment down below, subscribe. And right now I have some spots available for coaching. The last 2 months, well, I was swamped, like completely swamped. Now my schedule is getting lighter, it's opening up, okay? And so I'm ready to take on more clients. So if you're interested in online coaching or in-person coaching, check out my website at www.awakenyourinstincts.com. Now that's all I had to say in this video. Take care, my friends.